I think what distinguishes Ali and Carolyn from everybody else is they are the full package. So invariably in my past I've dealt with architects and I've met designers, but they bring everything. And because they're a husband and wife team, they talk a lot to each other in and out of the office, and I think that really benefits them to be able to put the whole package together. Initially we put two houses together, which is quite a hard project to work out. Do you keep the staircases? How do you change the house to make it feel like one house? So the original brief was to design something that enabled it to look like and feel like one house.
We already had got the planning consent to co-join these buildings, and with that we had a different brief to maintain the spine wall and to puncture through the spine wall to connect the two houses. So it's a totally different brief from the previous one, which was in fact just to gut the whole thing and put a central stair in the middle and connect. It was a bit awkward, but it's created some very, very interesting spaces. And in fact, it's the puncturing through that has been the best fun, because we've managed to make some very interesting lateral views through internal windows or through furniture that had double-sided glazing. So we've got this lovely long building, but actually you've got this width, which is, we're not sort of hiding the fact that it's two houses, but there is something sort of a bit odd. Do you think this is one house, or do you think this is two houses? They
definitely knew fairly on that I had quite strong ideas on what I thought that I wanted. And actually I wasn't right all the time. And, you know, I was quite gracious and stepped back, but I was quite clear on what sort of look I wanted to come, and thankfully it was very much along their vein.
This has been a fantastic project to work on. We've had a brilliant client, Miranda, who came to us through previous clients of ours actually, and she saw their property and absolutely loved it, which means that you're on to a good thing from the start. But she's been brilliant. She's very open-minded, has had a lot to say, has had quite a heavy influence in this, and has been fantastic to work with, because we've shown her pieces, shown her objects, shown her fabrics, furniture, all sorts of things, and she's got very interested and inspired by that. She's come back with her own suggestions. For example, there's a piece in this room that she found very recently, which is absolutely spot on. It's a whole stage on from where she started this process. She had great taste, she had a great eye then, but I think it has developed over time, which is very exciting to see actually for us, because when you build up a relationship with someone and you go on this journey with them, part of it is that they feel that they are living the space and enjoying the space and feeling connected with the space as much as we see it. I visualise something that I would think is perfect, but ultimately I don't live here. They live here. They've got to want to walk around and say, I like that, I chose that. Objects in people's lives have stories to tell. And I personally think if everything is being designed by someone else, you're walking into a hotel. Beautiful as it may be, you don't feel connected to it. I think if you have had some process and some interaction with choosing pieces, albeit a variety put in front of you and steered in a certain direction or helped in a certain direction, I think they have to have their input as well.
Now that the project's complete, I'm absolutely delighted with it, because Ali's clear sort of vision is so apparent everywhere, and anyone who enters the house, from the painter who's come to fix something to not royalty, obviously never come to my house, but they can notice it. You can see it immediately what Ali's vision was for the house, and so that's exciting. And every time I walk past little things that we discussed during the project, it makes me smile, because they just work. Definitely the friendships built up over time with both Ali and Carolyn. We definitely share a sense of humour, which at some points is very useful, because it's quite stressful doing a project like this. You definitely get to know people very well. I spend a lot of time with these guys.
The relationship with the client definitely changes over time, and it does become very personal. You spend a lot of time finding out about how they live and move and work, and how they want a space to be for them, particularly if they've got family and they have their own routines. And you find out a lot about someone. How do they operate around a kitchen? How do they like having waking up in the morning to bright light coming in, do they not, down to very personal things about how do they like to organise their sock drawer, how do they like to use the bathroom. It becomes very personal, and they need to feel confident that they can share that with you.
I've never met anyone who cares about their work as much as Ali does. He's just lives and breathes it. I mean, it's just so important to him, every detail, every finish, and it's so lovely to have, as I said, I mean, an architect all the way through to having that design detail in his head the whole time as well, because it just makes it a seamless project as opposed to having to have all these different sections. And so the house was built as one big project as opposed to, right, I've got the architect's drawings, I've got the designer's thoughts, I've got detailing person. We don't have all of that, so it's just Ali, Carolyn and their team.